Little did we know, but the effect of these subtle forms of abuse in marriage is worse than the physical abuse itself. To every cause, there is always an effect. So, if anyone has been abused in marriage, there is always an effect on that person's personality, psychologically, physically, and even emotionally. So, if a man or a woman is abusing his or her spouse, we're going to see the long run effect on him or her very soon. And then the first one I want us to consider is the reality bending and self doubt effect. If you keep on constantly abusing your spouse in one way or the other, it will reflect on her or on him. Reality bending is when you can no longer trust yourself. Like, you base all of your opinion, all of your identity, it's on your spouse. You have no significant identity by yourself. Your self-worth has been watered down because of constant abuse, and then you will be undermining yourself. Like, you'll be, it does not matter. You will lose your identity in the process, and then you will now be blaming yourself. You blame yourself over everything that happened. You said it is your fault because you no longer see yourself. All you see is the fault, the faulty you, which is very, very bad. There will be self-doubt, a loss of sense of security and trust. You'll be confused, of course, and then you'll be developing the belief that you have a flawed personality, that you have a personality that is not lovable, but that is full and filled with errors, that is filled with mistake. Then you begin to bend yourself. It's a reality bending. Okay, bending you into what you are not meant to be. That is an abuse. That is one of the effects, and it is very, very, very devastating to the state of mind, the psychological part of you. You self blame yourself, no confidence. Nothing again is good about you. All you just want to do is to please the person who is abusing you. No more motivation. You just see yourself as like somebody who is inadequate in all the ways. No self-esteem, no self-identity. And then the other thing it does is that it does have impact on the mood. Then your mood continues to switch from happiness to bitter happiness, to sorrow, to hypo. You just be dangling between the it could result into anger, frequent anger, because you could no longer find yourself. And in the quest of you trying to find to locate yourself in that relationship, you constantly have an outburst, anger. Then it could go into severe sadness and even loneliness. It could go into depression and even some thought of being suicidal. It is possible. It is a possibility. And then feeling of blocked and stuck, persistently worn out and destabilized. All these are effect of abuse, emotional abuse in marriage. And then there is another one that I want us to consider, which is self-limitation. You limit yourself. This extended from an impact on the wider social relationship. Probably you just want to isolate yourself. You limit yourself. You even lost yourself in the process. You don't even know what you are capable of doing anymore. Limitation. You just feel useless, completely useless. That is a sign of the effect of some people go into smoking just to subdue the effect of the abuse. Some people go into abuse substances. They drink overly. They drink alcohol because they feel that it will reduce their depressed nature, the depressed effect of abuse. I want us to quickly consider other physical effects of abuse in marriage. It could result into chronic stress. Yeah, always stressed, mentally stressed, physically stressed. It could also result into weakened immune system, physical tension, and sleep disturbances. When you can no longer sleep appropriately, then you have all these weakened immune system. You'll be having, if you are not having flu today, tomorrow it is a headache. Next tomorrow it is catarrh, it is cough. Your immune system will come down. All of these are signs of emotional abuse in marriage. There are other behavioral effects that if constantly somebody is constantly and continuously abused, that person that you are abusing could become people pleasing. Yeah, he no longer live for himself, he just want to please you. Okay, the person will now become, how do I put it now, a low rated, or can I say a high rated moron. Okay, it is whatever you do. All his pursuit, or all of our pursuit, to just be to please others without being considerate of him or herself. And then it could be like avoidance behaviors when you begin to avoid others because you no longer see them as part of you. Probably you feel you are insignificant to them. Trauma bonded, it will create like the victims feel a strong emotional connection to the abuser, making it difficult to leave the relationship. When you see somebody who is undergoing abuse in his or her marriage, but then he or she cannot take decisions either to step away or to step back. There is this chemical that is always released each time you are abused. Then instead of you to want or to wish to go away, it bonded you to your abuser. So that is the reason why many people who are in abusive relationship find it so difficult to go, to leave. Before you know it, they will be the advocating for their spouse, even for abusing them. It is no longer healthy. Something is already going on and is screwed, as we don't screwed in their mind because of constant abuse. That is what an abuse can do. Psychologically, it reduces the person into what they are not. So they will now be attracted to the person who is abusing them. That is psychological, and it could have effects on the mind, on the brain, in the long run, of course. Thank you again today for listening to me. So if you have questions or anything you want us to discuss, please get across to me. My name is Oni Helen Adekemi, the convener of Marriage and Dialogue and Singles with Purpose. My contact number is 07037150154, and the next episode on this will be coming out on Saturday. Please stay tuned and follow us on this series. It is for the well-being of your marriage and then your relationship. God bless you. Bye-bye.